Teagan.
I'm Sam.
And we are the Rybka Twins. Welcome back to our channel. Now, before we get on with anything to do with DANCEMOMS, we just want to thank Band for sponsoring this week's video. Now, Band is an app that you can download for free on your mobile, and it's perfect for anybody who's involved in a group or a club,
Soccer team, footy team, gymnastics team.
basically anything. You can even have one for your family members.
Yeah.
It just makes communication between everyone in that group really easy.
So this app has really powerful features such as polls. You can add events to your calendar. You can share photos and videos, which is so convenient for us in the dance world.
Yeah, so you no longer have to use text or email or 5 different apps. It's all in the one spot.
Yeah, which makes it so much easier.
Also guys, Band is actually doing a giveaway and it's a $250,000 prize pool, and they're doing it to support 2019 teams.
To enter, all you have to do is join the app, create a band, and invite 5 people.
So guys, if you are part of some sort of group or organisation, we recommend downloading the Band app to help you out,
We'll leave it in the description box below.
where you can download it for free. Thank you so much again to Band for sponsoring this video. So guys, today we're going to share with you everything and all our adventures
To do with DANCEMOMS.
Before we get on with the video though, be sure to subscribe
If you haven't already,
and give it a big thumbs up
if you like it. And don't forget guys, to click that grey bell next to the subscribe button so you guys are notified every time we post a video.
And follow us on all our social media, and if you really like this video, press the share button. So we're going to start from the very beginning.
1, 2, 3, we are Heavy League. 4, 5, 6, you should see your kicks.
Story time.
So we were actually introduced to DANCEMOMS by a friend.
And we were obsessed.
Ever since the first episode of DANCEMOMS, we were
hooked.
It was like the most popular show. Even people
Yeah.
that didn't dance, when we said, oh, you know that show DANCEMOMS, they're like,
They
yeah,
all
I know
knew.
that show. And I'm like, really?
You can basically bring up DANCEMOMS to anyone and they'll know.
My dog could have figured that out faster. Your opinion means nothing. No crybabies! None!
So just like anyone, after you see someone on TV week after week, like you fall in love with them. And
And you
basically
wanna
we
meet
just wanted to meet Abby Lee Miller so bad.
Yeah, like that was like our big dream. Just like we just want to meet Abby. And
Yeah, we even wanted to like
cast.
perform in front of Abby and be critiqued by her, because we were like, she just knows so much about dance, and I'm just like, how cool would it be to perform in front of her?
Straighten your legs and point your feet. It always comes down to straightening your knees and pointing your feet. Straighten your knees and point your feet.
So anyway, we watched DANCEMOMS for the first 3 seasons, so 3 years went by. Then they announced that they were actually coming down under and doing a massive Australian tour, and we were like,
We were so excited.
so obviously we bought tickets.
But then we found out the dates that they were coming to Perth, and we were actually going to Melbourne.
So we attended the Melbourne event. Do you remember actually when we were in there and we were all warming up and stuff and just waiting for them to arrive?
Yeah, I was
when
so nervous.
Abby walked in the room, legit, I almost like fell over.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
It was just so cool because we've been watching
And all the
her
dance
for
mom
3
girls as
years
well.
on TV, and just to see her in real life, it was like, oh my god.
So basically, they did a masterclass where we all warmed up together. And
And there
then
was heaps of people in
and-
there as well.
yeah, the room, it was like a massive ballroom, and it was
It was
filled,
packed.
completely packed.
Yeah, there was like not a spot on the
Like when we were all warming up, we were like so close to each other. It was crazy. Gianna taught us all a dance, and we had to learn it really fast.
They gave you a chance to improv at the end, and so me
Teagan
and
and I
Sam
were
just
just like, whip out acro.
yeah, we just whipped out all our acro tricks.
Because this masterclass was kind of like a mock audition,
We got chosen by Miss Abby, and we were like,
which was like the best thing ever at that point, because it's just like,
yeah, that was
we
really
were
cool.
yeah, chosen out of that group that we were in, and then we got to go up on stage and stand next to like Maddie and Mia and whoever was up on the stage at the time.
So we made it through to like the next couple of rounds and that, so the group was getting really small by this point. And we made it through to the round where we actually had to sing.
Yeah, all of a sudden she just Abby brings over a microphone, and I was standing on the end of the line. She's like, one thing to dance, but you must be able to sing as well. And I was like, Teagan and I don't really sing, but whatever. And I was first in line, and she handed me the microphone, so I had to sing in front of.
So all their parents were in there.
And all the students, so there were so many people all circled around the room. And then, yeah, everyone just listening to me just casually sing in front of them.
I don't know how you thought of the song because I think I was like third in line or something. And while Sam was singing, first of all, I was shocked, but I was like, oh my God, Sam, you're singing.
And I was like,
and then I just froze. I could not think of a song.
You didn't have to sing that much. Like, I sung like 4 lines or something. And
Yeah,
she was
it
actually
sounded really
impressed,
good.
so I was like,
Yeah, so she made it. She was like, okay.
Yeah, so I
and then she
passed
moved
that
on.
round.
And so then when it came to me, I took the microphone and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And so I just started singing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday, dear.
Worst thing ever, but like,
But
at
like,
least,
you learned from that as well.
yeah, but at least I just didn't say, oh, like I can't think of a song. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I didn't want to say.
Or
so
you were like, you didn't say you weren't gonna sing because obviously
there were a few,
scary.
there were a few people in the group that like refused to sing, so straight away they got out. So anyway, I unfortunately got knocked out in that round, and Sam then made it through to the next round. And the next round was to show a side aerial.
Yeah, and I was
so
like, dang.
that was good. You made it through to that. And then the next round was she came through and she asked people what their ages were.
At that point, we were 17. And I said 17, she was like, too old, bye. I was like, no.
Yeah, so that's where Sam got knocked out in that round.
She said, if you ever are asked that question, you should say,
What age would you like me to be?
yeah, what age would you like me to be?
So we learnt quite a bit from that masterclass that we did.
Yeah.
So anyway, after the masterclass was the photo / like meet and greet thing. So
We met up with Ashley Ross and we actually attended the masterclass with Ashley.
because there were so many people in there, we were lining up for quite a few hours.
So we had heaps of time to chill, muck around, and like get to know people who were lining up with us.
But anyway, when it came to us, because we were quite close to the end, everyone kind of had left the event, and so we were just hanging around with Ashy, and she had said to her, oh, come backstage after. And because we were with Ashy, we
got to
just
go as
naturally
well,
went
which was so amazing.
backstage with her as well.
So we actually got to go in a room and it was just the DANCEMOMS girls and Abby wasn't in
their
the
mums
room.
were there
Their
as
mums
well.
were there as well. I loved meeting their mums because again, it's like another character off the show or like another person off the show. It's just so cool to see in real life.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
And
Abby
all of a
wasn't in
sudden-
there at that point, and then Abby came in.
So yeah, when Abby came in, she's really nice. She talked to us. She asked us like, what's our background? Where do we dance? Who teaches us? And we told her that our mum helps us out a lot. Like she's our acro teacher.
And
like
so she
24/7.
she really wanted to meet our mum or our coach. She was like, who coaches you? Like, where's your coach? So she was like, I really want to meet her. And so our mum was standing outside at the time, so we had to run back and grab her. We showed her our Australia's Got Talent video because she wanted to see more
Like
of what we'd
done.
done. So we were just like, oh, here, have a look at this kind of thing. And she was just very complimentary and very nice.
It was an amazing time. I was just like the whole time, wow, is this really happening? The cherry on top to the amazing day. Like we were on such a high. I remember we actually walked all the way home from the event
to our
place
hotel
because we were
room.
just in such a high. We're like, let's just walk the
Yeah,
whole
we
way.
just like walked the whole
Because
way.
we had so much to talk about of like the day and what happened. So
Yeah, so that was a really awesome day. We ended up actually being home for when they attended the Perth event, and we missed out on merch from the Melbourne event, so we decided to go to the event just to get merch because we just like really wanted merch. Like we gotta, everyone loves merch. Do you guys want merch?
we were just casually looking at the merch table, and then Abby walks out.
She spotted us and she came up to us and she hugged us and she said, "Hi girls all," and I was like, oh
I was
my God,
like,
she
"You
actually
remember us?"
remembered us. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so the next experience was 2015, so the year after, where they announced they were coming back down under to do a massive tour again.
Yeah.
But this time it was actually like a competition.
Yeah.
So you could perform for Abby and she would critique you or whatever. And so we're like, oh my gosh,
We were so
like,
excited,
let's
like,
do
yes.
this. For some reason this time around they didn't come to Perth at all, but we were like, we're not missing out on this. So we ended up flying to Adelaide. And then a couple of days before we were flying out to Adelaide, we got a notification or an email to say that the event had been cancelled for some reason.
Yeah, they had other events running rather than the comp.
Even though we'd done the masterclass the year before, we still thought, no, let's
we're
go
like,
do
the
it.
dance will be different, we'll learn new things.
And we booked our flight, so we're like, yeah, let's go.
So we get to the event in Adelaide and there was a massive line out the front of the building and we were just lining up, and then all of a sudden
We can hear the crowd like start screaming in like a Mexican wave effect.
Like, wait.
And we're like, what's going on kind of thing. We see this car drive past and it has the window down. It was
all the girls were like
just
waving
waving to everyone lining up. So like everyone was going crazy and just like really excited to see them. And then out of nowhere, Maddie just comes up to Sam and I, and like she spots us in the crowd, and she comes up and she says, "Hey, how you going?"
She gave us a hug. I was like, "You remember us?"
And then she quickly ran off, and we were like, for her to remember, or even spot us in the crowd. There were so many people lining up. People running the event had then told us that the masterclass was going to be slightly different this time.
So this time, if you got into, I can't remember if it was top 10, I think it was the top 10, you got to perform a 1 minute solo.
Abby spotted us in the line to take a photo with her, and she was so excited to see us, and we're like, oh my gosh, like she remembers us
like
again.
I felt like Abby's friend. I was like,
yeah, it was so cool.
Kalani was there, and she wasn't there for the other masterclass, so this was the first time we got to meet Kalani, which was awesome. And then I remember the girls joking around being like, yep, this is Kalani, you know Kalani, she's now your friend. I was like, oh
yeah, it was so nice.
Then it was time for the masterclass, and
it was kind of similar to the year before. Except this time I was prepared to sing, and
oh yeah, I remember Teagan, like, we were like, on the plane over, Teagan kept like going over the words of like the same song over and over, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't want to make the same mistake again. I was like, if I make it to that round, I'm not going to sing Happy Birthday. And we have that on video, but I do not.
We are not showing you guys that.
Abby just liked that you gave it a go.
Yeah, so even if you sounded absolutely awful or were tone deaf, at least you were willing to stand up there and sing in front of people and give it a go. She wants to know that you're willing to give it a go, for anything. Which I think is awesome to teach anyone. It's like, yeah, who cares? Have a go, you know?
Yeah. So that was really nerve-wracking. But anyway, after that, then we had to learn a ballet combo, which luckily we do ballet, so we were able to do that.
But I remember it being tough. Like, you know, she didn't show what it was. She just used the correct terminology, and you had to know.
Yeah, and also because Abby's obviously very technical and loves technique, so a few people did get cut from that round, but we were lucky enough to make it through to the next round.
Thank you. Hawaiian or hula? Okay.
We were then told that, okay girls, you now have to prepare a solo that goes for 1 minute only. You have about, I don't know how long we had.
All the girls were judges as well, so you had everyone in the room who was a part of the masterclass still there watching, and then you had a panel of all the girls watching, and then Abby as well, and they all critiqued you one by one after you danced.
And the girls did such an amazing job at like critiquing. They were so confident. They used terminology. Like Abby has definitely taught those girls well.
Yeah, and even Mackenzie, she was so young at the time, but she like nailed it.
I was so nervous for this solo, but so excited at the same time, because like we said, you know,
it's something we always wanted to do.
Yeah, to be critiqued by Abby would just be like the best thing ever, and we actually can't believe that happened.
The lift that you have out of your back, your side area, I don't know what you're doing, and now I have to look at it like 100 times to figure it out. But it's beautiful. You've really carved out a niche for yourself with working in the industry. I don't know what your dreams or your hopes are, but I would say the sky's the limit.
Please help me welcome to the stage Miss Sam.
I love the choreography because I was on the edge of my seat and I didn't know what to expect. When you did a low play, I thought you were going to throw back handspring, standing back here, turning at the end, and you just did that, like sit back to your hands with the straw, and you scared me because I thought she was gonna hit her at the back of her head and die, right? Somehow it's been my fault. So it kept me surprised. Using old steps that kids don't do anymore, the kick to the head spring to the straddle down. That's great. I'm gonna make the kids do that. The mom's fine. That's fine. It was great to see those steps that we forget about and that are so great.
I don't know why. You guys are so amazing. I can't say anything.
Abby announced that this was actually going to be like a national competition. Yeah, so we were like the Adelaide winners. She announced that she was going to take us girls to Melbourne the next weekend to compete in Abby's Ultimate Australian Tour dance competition, which was a takeoff from her US Abby's Ultimate Dance competition, which we also watched.
Then we found out that this will all be filmed next week and that would be on DANCEMOMS.
Say what?
The craziest thing ever, we just could not believe that we were going to be on an episode of DANCEMOMS.
Like after all that time watching, we're like, oh my gosh, like we're actually going to be on DANCEMOMS. Like,
yeah.
If you want to find out who won Abby's Ultimate Australian Tour Dancer,
or to see if we made it onto an episode of DANCEMOMS,
part 2 will be uploaded tomorrow, so tune in for that. If you're watching this in the future, the link will be in the description box below or somewhere on the screen.
we really hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, we post on Squared every single Monday and we post on our channel every Thursday. So we'll see you guys next Thursday. See ya!